Alrighty, this is documentation regarding, this is engineer light, here's my upright shadow, and here's my shadow down here. This is the context regarding this sexual assault and battery that QDC intentionally makes on behalf of the entity. I just got through publishing evidence, QCD, excuse me, just got through publishing the evidence of sexual assault and battery by the sex offenders who are the people of the state. QCD is engaging in what is light activity in the specific environment, gang stalking the same. It is not different. This is a commercial actor, and they commit egregious sexual violence as a retaliatory measure. And this is Starbucks as well. 62045, pay attention to the light activity. QCD is gang stalking, and that's the fake moon over my head. QCD is gang stalking, and they committed sexual assault and battery. They had 2 trucks pull up tonight to make sure that they assaulted me, okay? That's the entity. The first one didn't touch because I was walking around. So immediately a second one. They are typically, I just want to be clear, typically has 1 truck. I've been documenting them gang stalking me, so this is already documented in the record. These are demons, and this is QCD, which is a gang stalker, and they're committing sexual assault and battery on behalf of the city of Ontario that's engaging in retaliatory measures. And they're engaging in sexual violence of this nature with regard to severe mental psychopathic desires regarding targeting, psychologically torturing, and sexually violating an American citizen. That QCD is engaged in the criminal conspiracy to murder. That's why they're stalking with light and molesting with light. This is light activity, not the legitimate business practice or service provision of Starbucks. It's criminal activity. This is quality custom distribution. This is pacing. They're in the engineer. Everything that they're doing is the elements of monitoring. And they're doing it on behalf of the city of Ontario that's stalking me by helicopter and plane, keeping the fake moon over my head. I'm prosecuting them. This is not legitimate business. It's the RICO case. YAKB 459. They committed sexual assault and battery, and the company and the demons that are operating the commercial vehicles are being prosecuted. Those are third parties, and QCD is a third party. License plate 00069. That's an Oregon plate. Pay attention to you see my shadow that's moving behind? That's not legitimate business. It's criminal conduct. And they went out, QCD went out of the way, just like Vector, okay? The entity engages in retaliatory conduct that you document because they're going to prison. This pettiness is speaking to what is murdering American citizens and psychologically torturing, so those sex offenders can get payback when you document them. They're going to prison for it. And commercial actors are being prosecuted in civil court. The civil damages are serve for what is that criminal prosecution. It is designed to devastate these companies that are conspiring murder, keeping American citizens under surveillance with these sex offenders. QCD is a sex offender, 9G66176. Here's one shadow. Here's another shadow on the vehicle. Here's another shadow back here. Those are sex offenders that come in the middle of the night to assault a woman. They're predators, and so is QCD. All right, QCD, I have on video engaging in what is all manner of ridiculous criminal activity, stalking with light, which is psychopathic with the sex offenders. QCD is gang stalking with the people of the state. Okay, you see the light activity? He's not just strolling by, he's monitoring. And so is QCD for facilitating it. And they wanted to, these are demons engaging in sexual assault and battery, and they're pacing out, you know, all the light activity inside of Starbucks. They're monitoring. Okay, this is the Starbucks that committed kidnapping. So it's no mystery regarding the ongoing psychopathic conduct by stalkers that are surrounding, listening as I am documenting, and they're engaging in what is molesting me from Chevron. Those are the same monsters, the same predators, while QCD is creating light activity and they're molesting me all the way at the bus stop. But that's okay because they're being prosecuted. Okay, any immigrants at Chevron are being deported. All the gang stalking demons by license plate, they're on the internet. They're being identified as sex offenders. It's a federal RICO case against all customers that are engaging in the pattern of conduct as a Chevron customer. Doing so while the fake moon is over me, that's a psychopath right there. That's a demon, a vagina monitor. And they commit sexual violence as acts of retaliation. You see the lights that aren't turning? The state is controlling the lights and they're engaging in surveillance. These psychopaths are engaging in terrorism and the state is being prosecuted, and QCD is going down for it. That's the reward that you get for engaging in sexual assault and battery. Psychopathic pacing. Psychopathic pacing while demons are surrounding the parking lot, the truck, the red light, surveillance. Chevron parking lot, surveillance. Nothing is stopping them from going. They're stalking, and so are they. These are third parties. These are third parties and they're going to be prosecuted. These are sex offenders and they're demons. That's P.O.C. And they're engaging in surveillance with the people that say, I'm going to prosecute QCD for the ongoing terrorism that they share in while they're making money. You're going to drain their pockets. You're going to punish them in civil and criminal court. Well, you're going to punish them in civil court because the punishment is in criminal court. This is P.O.C. It's Starbucks under the fake moon. That's where the fake sun is over me at Starbucks at 6 in the evening when the Ontario police are flying in circles monitoring me with all the sex offenders that are engaged in surveillance under the fake sun all day long. This is P.O.C. This is ongoing confirmation regarding what are the predators that are published on the internet. They're being prosecuted as terrorists in California. They're going to federal prison and they're being deported out of this country. I just want you to pay attention on red light. This is a demonic entity. It's not traffic, it's surveillance. This is P.O.C. This is what QCD is engaged in. Again, license YAKB 459. Sexual assault and battery, retaliatory conduct by QCD. The QCD stands for what is quality custom distribution. This is analogous to the conduct that Krispy Kreme is engaged in under the fake moon at Stater Brothers, that Vactor is engaging in under the fake sun at the Ovid Family Community Library, monitoring my vagina, that the city of Ontario is engaging under the fake sun, filling the Ovid Family Community Library while the people of the state are surrounding while the stalking. That's the prosecution of QCD. That's how foolish they are. That's P.O.C. QCD is engaged in the conspiracy to murder with the city of Ontario that just provided me direct evidence to prosecute them in court. Not that I even needed it. This is P.O.C. There's no landings over here. That's Lemon Avenue. P.O.C. It is currently 11:27 p.m. This is again relevant to the evidence that I published on X regarding the sex offenders who are engaging in what is sexual assault and battery, engaging in what is the unlawful touching of your person. It's the perpetual sex offense, which the lockout studios, those gang stalking, no beat having, no record deal getting sex offenders who are gang stalking, sexual assault and battery while they are targeting with impossible light, just like they are at Chevron, engaging in surveillance together. As I publish sex offenders, you have the demons that are, again, on the payroll, engaging in what is sexual assault and battery. P.O.C. It's retaliatory conduct and you're going to be prosecuted for it. That's impossible light activity. P.O.C. 7FOR 951. Substantially similar. This is P.O.C. That's the entity that's engaged in that. And everybody that's documented on X, all the license plates, the people that say the entire entity is being prosecuted for retaliatory conduct. You're getting more federal prison time. You're subject to what is ongoing violence, which is speaking to loss of custody of children, when that's already within what is going to happen with regard to prosecution of terrorists. You're talking about what is the ongoing basis for deportation. You're talking about what is enhanced damages with the entity. And Mike Lorenz is being disbanded. This is what the gang stalkers of the Ontario police are sharing, and they're going to prison. This is how you're understanding the pattern of conduct. All they're doing is stalking. They're monitoring spirits who are being prosecuted. And the fake moon, by the way, is no longer over Starbucks. It's right here over me, where QCD is engaged in sexual assault and battery. Possessed psychopaths who are committing that violence as an entity, stalking at traffic lights, like they're stalking in bathrooms, like they're stalking at gas stalls, like they're stalking on the roads and the highways. They don't have car accidents. They murder each other, and they murder targeted individuals. This is surveillance. This isn't traffic. These demons are monitoring. They don't have accidents. They attack each other. That's why they're in need of martial law. And they just provided the case. This video is serving to prosecute QCD. This would be all that I need. But I have way more than this to prosecute QCD. That committed egregious sexual violence by having 2 trucks. It wasn't enough. They wanted to make sure that they touched all over my body. That's the entity that's engaged in it. It's psychological torture, which is relevant to what is damages. And they're doing so while this is terrorism that I'm documenting. Stalking in the parking lot. That's ominous stalking by the people in the Arco parking lot, that truck. Ominous stalking at the Chevron. Ominous stalking at the stoplight, ominous stalking while they're in this video. You're going to replay it because QCD is sharing in that violence together, while the entities engaged in ominous stalking by the Ontario International Airport that has no landings, wouldn't even be in the sky space, let alone those idiots are landing like you're going down to Lemon Avenue. It's south of Holt Boulevard. Everybody already knows that the Ontario International Airport is stalking. They're flying over the Ovid Family Community Library. What are you doing over here by the Arco Gas? Because QCD is engaged in that P.O.C. and they engaged in a lawful touching, and I'm going to prosecute that company. It's a sex offender and it's a terrorist. This is P.O.C. It is currently 11:30 p.m. These are the terrorists that engage in that sexual violence. So QCD, the city of Ontario, utilizes the business of QCD to commit that violence, and they are suffering, I want to be clear, civil and criminal damages for it. This is P.O.C. This is the environment. Okay, this is the environment. QCD has no constitutional protection whatsoever. And those are the sex offenders on whose behalf QCD commits a sex act for which it's going to be federally prosecuted. P.O.C. P.O.C. That's the Ontario International Airport that's being shut down. That's the Ontario International Airport. I want to be clear, that's gang stalking while I'm at the Ovid Family Community Library because they're going to federal prison. That's the entity in that POC. I just want to be clear. QCD, these are gang members. Quality custom distribution, they're gang members. That's audible activity. That's impunity. They're monitoring and they know that they're being documented. Those are demons, just like Amazon Prime. They commit the gang violence and then they engage in more of it, like they're excited, like there's no consequences, like this isn't going to be rolled back in federal court and that a federal judge is not going to interpret and analyze everything that the entity is engaging in, because you are. You're witnessing it. These are demons. Okay, that excited honking is audible activity by demons that engage in criminal activity later, for which they are regretful. But they commit murder. I'm speaking for those that don't survive. They commit murder and they're that excited. Okay, this is an entity that's engaging in criminal conduct with impunity, and that's the relevance regarding damages. Impunity. POC.